Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja, California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Here in Southern California, it is Saturday morning. It's a little chilly down here. There's a slight breeze, and that ocean looks like, well, while it's pretty calm, a little wind on it, and it could get kind of nasty. I see a lot of surf fishermen here. The birds are picking at the water, and of course, we had some guys out fishing bluefin tuna last night. We're going to have updates on what they did. Pacific Voyager with Max, Old Glory. We'll find out if they caught any bluefin tuna. We're going to talk long range because the Royal Polaris is all over the fish, having some fantastic fishing. And the Independence is traveling down the Baja coast as we speak. We'll talk about the local halibut, some rain in the forecast, and so much more. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Man, is that good? And am I feeling a little bit better? Finally, day 9 of feeling like crapola with this crummy flu or whatever it is that I had. I am finally starting to feel a little bit better, and that is good news, at least for me. And thank you so much for bearing with me with my voice being so terrible and my lack of energy over the past week or so. But things are much better. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Also, if you could share these videos with a friend, that is deeply appreciated. If you would subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel, that would be fantastic. And also tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Also, you can follow us over there on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and Apple Podcast, as well as Spotify. All right, let's jump into Mexico. We'll start right there to kind of kick things off. Down in Cabo San Lucas, we continue to see a little bit of striped marlin down there. There's been some pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing on a mix in terms of the size. Most of it is 15 to 30 pounds, and it's offshore, like 20 miles you got to run to find the warmer water. And then you encounter the dolphin pods, and mixed with those dolphin, as is usual, the YFT, the yellowfin tuna, are in there. You do catch some 100-plus pounders down there in addition, and occasional wahoo to spice things up. A few roosters along the beach pretty early for that, but we've seen a couple of those caught. Mulaje, Loreto, down there in Baja California Sur, we continue to see some excellent yellowtail action. And we're seeing much of that down at K&M Sport Fishing and other operators out of San Quintin, Baja, California. That's only 140 miles down below the border. And there, well, we have seen some outstanding fishing, no doubt about that. Yo-yo iron, yellowtail on the chew. They may not bite every single day, but it's been pretty darn good for the most part. And if they do bite or if they don't bite, you can fall back on the rockfish and not only have the yellows, but have some really excellent rock fishing in addition. So that's great news. Down in Ensenada, we've had yellows under the birds, not every single day, but those forkies, and they've been big ones. Nice big yellowtail underneath the birds around Punta Banda out toward Todos Santos Island. Down the coast also, it's been pretty good on the yo-yo iron and surface iron. Those fish have been getting up under the birds. You run over there, throw a jig, and with any luck at all, you hang a nice big forky. There's also been some outstanding rock fishing down there in that neck of the woods. Pura Vida with some outstanding rock fishing out there in the Punta Banda area. Blackfin sport fishing, they've been out, as well as many other operators down there in beautiful Ensenada. So hopefully that is going to continue. Super Bowl Sunday is when we have postponed our surf fishing event here at Surfside, California. Remember, we were going to do that tomorrow, but the wind and the weather and the rain, it just looks like it's going to be kind of a miserable day, especially with the wind. So we're going to postpone it to Super Bowl Sunday. And don't worry, we're going to start at 6:30 in the morning. We'll be finished by 9:30, 6 hours before game time. Man, you'll be watching the game with a beautiful sunrise and some fish under your belt. Go home, take a little bit of a nap, wake up, forget all that pregame nonsense. Pregame right here on the beach, catching some nice surf fish. Can't wait to do that with you all. So tomorrow canceled, and we're moving it to Super Bowl Sunday. That's going to be a lot of fun, no question about that. Don't forget also, on the horizon, we're talking the Bart Hall Show at the Long Beach Convention. I'll be there every single day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mackie will be there with me. Chuck Myers will be joining me. We'll be wandering around, shooting photos and doing video and doing some live stream and so much more. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that. So stay tuned for more of that. Let's talk long range, and then we're going to get into what happened with that bluefin tuna last night, because the boys were on it. They saw it. Did it bite? We'll have that in a moment. Long range Royal Polaris with great fishing down there on the Hurricane Bank. Good yellowfin tuna fishing. There's some wahoo down there in that neck of the woods also. The yellowfin, most of it seems to be in that 80 to 160 pound class, but there are some 200 pounders mixed in with it. RP just getting going. Now remember, most of the boats out of San Diego that are fishing long range right now are fishing 16-day trips. That means they have a 3-day run to get down there to nearly 1,000 miles, and then they start fishing the Hurricane Bank. And the fishing there has been spectacular, and by the looks of it, it's continuing just that way. The Independence is on day 2 of traveling, having some great meals, getting their tackle ready, listening to great seminars on the way down. So there you have it. All right, let's talk this bluefin tuna, because we were watching some fish that Spotter Planes saw a mere 70 miles from Point Loma, San Diego, California, and the boys ran out there yesterday. In fact, Max Nui, who just took over the Pacific Voyager, found some fish at 55 miles. He ran over some 30 to 40 pound bluefin tuna that did not want to bite, but he saw fish at 55 miles, and then he worked his fingers to the bone last night for no bluefin tuna. Very slow. Well, I guess I don't have to really say that when I say no bluefin tuna, but man, those guys work harder on nights like that than they do on any other nights. The Old Glory was out there and got one bluefin tuna last night, saw some fish, metered some fish, but it never really got on the bite. And the boys are looking around today trying to find some fish that might want to bite in the daytime. That's a hard task, actually, because normally speaking, and you know, sometimes things change. Normally speaking, wintertime bluefin tuna here in Southern California bites at night. That's when you find those fish really biting at their apex. And since that didn't happen last night, I don't know about a daytime bite today. Those guys might fall back and limit everybody out on some rockfish, make sure everybody goes home with some fish. But needless to say, I've already talked to Max this morning. They're going to be working hard at this. And again, we'll be watching them all day long for you. And if they come up with anything, we'll let you know. But for now, very poor fishing on that 70-mile bluefin tuna. The better bluefin tuna is down at 300 miles. Most of these long-range guys are blowing right by it, straight lining for Hurricane Bank right now. But there is still that fish down there at 300 miles, mixed with some yellowfin tuna also. And that fish was biting in the daytime. So we'll just hang on and wait and see. For right now, that bluefin tuna bite, not all that great. All right, Catalina Island. Can we see Cat back there? Oh, it's hidden today. It was beautiful yesterday with that crazy blimp. I had no idea what the hell that thing was when it first started going by. I thought I was hallucinated from this flu that I had, seeing that big airship go by, and that was pretty darn cool. All electric, big airship that they are trying out right now, and that was really something to see. All right, back to Catalina Island. Over there at Catalina Island, the El Patron's en route right now. El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing has been fishing Catalina Island, picking a few bass, not many, mostly hammering away at limits of whitefish, and then topping up with a bunch of blue perch, and then the possibility of a halibut or white sea bass, something like that. www.longbeachsportfishing.org, and you can get on the El Patron. They'll be out there again, maybe tomorrow, depends upon this weather. We'll see how that all goes. And then again, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, no fuel surcharge, special low price, and of course, ultra limited load on the El Patron. Our very own Nick Ramirez, Patreon member. Nick's a great guy. He's on the pursuit as they head out on their first trip of 2025 out of 22nd Street Landing, destination Catalina Island. We'll see how that works out for them here today. We'll be watching that very, very closely. Elsewhere, you know, rockfish season is closed right now in Southern California, and that means that guys are fishing sculpin and whitefish. Can't keep sheephead until March. Rockfish will open up again in April. So for right now, you are picking at the sculpin, the whitefish, catching some bass at night on the twilight trips and in the daytime, and also the possibility of a halibut or two. Native Sun, last couple of days, have picked at the halibut. They're in the midst of their halibut / bass derby right now. I think they had 7 fish yesterday and 5 the previous day, something like that. So they are picking at some really nice fish. You know, sometimes before the bite really gets going, as you move into spring and the water gets a little bit warmer and those halibut start to chew with a little more enthusiasm, sometimes when it's kind of scratchy like right now, using lighter line really will help you and make a big difference to your success. And by lighter line, we're going to say 20 pound, 4 ounce to 12 ounce torpedo sinkers, a J hook like a number 1, and you want to trap that bait with a treble hook like a number 6 treble hook. All of that will really help you quite a bit. So once again, picking at the halibut, hopefully we'll see that pick up a tad better. There's some sculpin mixed in with it to help out with regard to sending you home with some good eating fish. Lovely morning here, but it is a little breezy and it is quite a bit cooler. You can feel the effects of that little bit of a storm that we have rolling our way. Storm may be overstating it, but we'll say there's supposed to be some thunder and lightning and maybe a ½ inch of rain is what it sounds like. But this ocean could get a little bit nastier. We'll just watch as the day goes by. A lot of surf fishermen here today, perhaps trying to beat this weather for tomorrow. So that's good to see everybody out here doing that. In the surf, we've been catching mostly barred perch. There is an occasional yellowfin croaker. Every once in a while, a lost corbina. Both those species prefer water temps that are a little warmer than what we have. And barred perch love this kind of water. There's also been the occasional halibut on a lucky craft lure up and down the coast, down in Baja, down in Playa Bebe and Rosarito. There's been some good fishing. San Diego area, some barred perch, and all the way up to County Line Ventura, we've been seeing mostly barred perch. Bait, probably the best way to go, but you can catch them on, you know, even a lucky craft. You'll catch your bigger barred perch by throwing the lucky craft lure. So that is available to everybody. And right down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, Big Fish Bait and Tackle, they're open right now. They've got all the bait you'll need, all the tackle you'll need, not only for surf fishing, as they are SoCal surf fishing headquarters, but they also have big game stuff for big bluefin and marlin. They got it all down there, Big Fish, including a free custom surf fishing rod giveaway every single month. All you have to do is walk in the store, buy the ruler, measure your catch, upload your photo and or video to their Instagram page, and you are in. You're in the contest, and they give that rod away every single month, and there's no additional cost. Big Fish Bait and Tackle, go check it out. I know you will not be disappointed. All right, so much going on here in Southern California. The boys are still out there looking for that bluefin tuna here today. I'll give Max a check in post-production on the morning briefing, and if anything has occurred, we'll let you know. Sounds like we're gonna get a little bit of rain here shortly this evening, and then have some rain and wind perhaps also on Sunday with a few thunderstorms here and there. And once again, we still have these horrible fires that we're dealing with, so our hearts and prayers go out to our first responders, our firefighters with their lives on the line for you and I and everyone else every single day. And we pray that the rain is not going to start some other disasters like mudslides. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. All right, my friends, have a great day as the sun is shining here in Surfside, California. Beautiful, gorgeous day. But that ocean, to me, you know, yesterday was much calmer than it is right now. And you throw a little bit of wind on this, and it might get a little bumpy. Only time will tell on that one. We'll check that out a little bit later today. And of course, I'll be here in the rain for the morning briefing one more time again tomorrow. Have a great one. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.